Hello, my name is Tanisha Shantae, and welcome to my channel. Today I want to talk with y'all about self-awareness and why it is so important. It has been a long time coming. I have felt like I was supposed to make this YouTube channel and start making videos well long ago, but fear and myself always got in the way. So here I am launching the first video, and I'm so happy and I'm so proud to be doing what I feel like I'm supposed to be doing, my purpose here on earth, which is to help other people be aware of whatever, but mainly self-awareness. That's my heart, and I want to help others reach their highest self, their best self, and that's why I'm here, and I'm ready to embark on this journey. Thanks for tuning in with me. Let's talk about what self-awareness is and how my journey is going. Self-awareness is, in my definition, discovering the ins and outs of you, why you do things, your background, how it's influenced you, your upbringing, your flaws, your things that you need to work on, healing the inner child in you, bettering and making yourself whole as much as possible, doing every step to make yourself as whole as possible. I believe self-awareness should be a mandatory thing, like a coming to age kind of thing. It should be something that at a certain age, one should take the steps to bettering themselves. It should be more normalized because it is so important. Things that could happen when you aren't aware of yourself, you can let your past continue to affect your future in a bad way, and you not realize how much it is impacting your decisions of today. You could have a victim mentality where you think everyone is after you or want bad to happen to you, or you just in these cycles, these continuous cycles that you feel like you can't get out of. And it's all because you haven't done the self-work, the steps to go towards the self-work and to do what you need to do to get out of the situation. Now, I'm not saying that bad things don't happen to us, but if you find yourself in a constant pattern or habit and you're wanting it to stop, but it seems like it won't, then I will take a look at yourself. I would do what I need to do to take a look at myself and examine and ask those questions. Why is this happening to me? Self-awareness is also a good tool I've found to just further figure out why you're here, in a sense, and your purpose. I always known that my purpose was to help people, but I would be all over the place as to how to help people. And on my self-awareness journey, it became clear to help people via encouragement, via communication, via the truths that I find, or the knowledge and the wisdom that I feel like I have gained or that God has given me. So I am supposed to be doing what I'm doing now, and who knows, it will go further, but I'm just, overcoming that fear and taking it one step at a time. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm excited. Self-awareness, taking that journey, you will realize so much about yourself and why you do the things you do, and it will help you better understand who you are and your purpose. My self-awareness journey has looked like this, honestly. Googling lots of stuff, YouTube, just certain things. I would be like a 2-year-old or a 5-year-old that asks questions, like, how can I stop being so sensitive? It's one of the questions. I would Google that in a minute. I would YouTube that in a minute just to see how other people are becoming better in those areas that they don't like about themselves. I'm the type of person, I'm not going to tell you that, oh, that's who I am. I'm just sensitive, that's just who I am. At some point, you're going to have to change that, because if it's becoming a problem and it's actually affecting your life and other people's lives and it's doing you no good, it's no value to you, then it's time to change. Why wouldn't you want to change? So one of my things was being so sensitive. I'm like, why am I so sensitive? How can I overcome this? You know, asking those hard questions. So I mean, I pretty much Google and research everything, and I learn and I listen. And one thing about me is I love finding higher truth. I love learning. I would spend the rest of my life just learning stuff. That's something I value the most, and I value all that I'm learning, and I feel like Spirit has given me to share. Every time I learn something new, I'm always so eager to share it with people, because I'm like, oh, like people have to know this. Like I can't just keep it in. This is good stuff. Like I have to share this. Yeah, so it's been like that for me. Another thing too with your journey to self-awareness, the first step would be you have to be okay with being alone by yourself. Because if you don't like yourself, first of all, that's one indication that you need to start this journey of self-awareness. So, but do you like yourself when you're alone? Where does your mind go? You know, do you pour into yourself, right? Do you just sit there with no TV, no music, no nothing? Just, are you able to sit with no phone and just think, listening to your thoughts, listening to what the Spirit is trying to tell you, like just sitting? Are you okay with that? For me, I used to be able to sit in silence. I'm getting back to that, but usually when I'm sitting in silence, it's right before bed. But actually sitting and meditating is something that I really want to do more of, because I feel like that is when Spirit really gives me ideas and wisdom, knowledge. It downloads into my spirit. And so that is something that I feel everyone would definitely benefit from. But that's one indication. Are you okay with being by yourself for long periods of time? I would say my self-awareness journey started October 2019. I was separated at the time, and that marriage taught me a lot. Oh my gosh, it taught me a lot. But I was alone for a minute. I had left the church that I was a part of, or the community of people that I was a part of, and wasn't going back there. I was really deep into Christianity at the time, and really deep into church, and then I just stopped. Lots of other stuff going on. It was long story short. But vowed that I would never go to church again because it's not for me. It's restrictions. I don't like restrictions. I don't like hidden rules or judgment or just the culture that comes with going to church. Not all churches are bad, but it's just not for me anymore. So I began my self-awareness journey. Didn't know it at the time, but just really looking back on that marriage, that relationship, while my ex-husband was probably one of the stupidest guys I've ever been with. Sorry to say, just is. He taught me a lot, good and bad. And even with him being the reason why we broke up and later divorced, I still had a part to play in it too. So one of my things that I did not like about myself, after thinking about the relationship and everything, after doing some self-reflection, which is another term, you need to do it. But after doing that, I realized I'm very reactive, and I let my emotions get the best of me. And two, just responding to my significant other in general, being the woman of the relationship, all of that I wanted to do better, because in my next relationship, I'm like, I can't go through this. No matter what happens in the relationship, I want to be okay with how I am. So then I started researching and came across some videos on femininity and resting in my femininity. It helped me so much as I started to date and see the benefits of that, and just loved it. From there, I just started looking at other stuff, like how to not be so reactive or whatever I was going through at that time, whatever would come to my mind that I don't like about myself and that I felt like I could do better, I would research, Google and YouTube. And so I found that I eventually went into astrology. Astrology has always been a thing I was drawn to as a little girl, and I would be so fascinated at how I could read something about Pisces and be like, oh my gosh, that's me, how do they know? But with my church background, I was always told that astrology is bad or the devil, or it's not something we should be looking into, just along those lines. So while I was fascinated in it, I would just kind of brush it off because of that and continue on with Christianity and continue going to church. So fast forward to my journey that I wasn't aware that I was on, my self-awareness journey. I started getting back into it again and reading stuff. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so me, and just being confirmed in my spirit, like, this is why I do this. Pisces are so sensitive. Who would have known? But it just made more sense. And so I'm like, okay, it's in me pretty much to be sensitive. So how can I change that? So again, researching, reading more on Pisces and how other Pisces deal with their emotions and stuff, and people in general just having emotional control. That was something I was really after for a while, and wanting to be emotionally mature, and also to really feel what I was feeling in the moment. That was something else too, because I would just feel something, I would just try to hurry up and brush it off. But feeling what you feel in the moment, giving yourself time, and then assess, and then move on, in a sense, do what you have to do to whatever. So again, dived into astrology more. I met new friends and really picky about my friends. Like, that's one thing I really try my best to guard, and I try my best to really make sure I'm picking friends to be around that are beneficial to me in some way and that adds value to me. Because as a Pisces, I knew this about myself years ago. I can be easily influenced, and everyone can at some degree, but I feel like I really can, and I have to be around people that are actually doing something I am aspiring to do. So met new friends, and from there it was amazing. Like, I feel like my self journey just took off, and it was cool to have those friends to see where I'm lacking, or even like in myself, like just because I was around them, I kind of saw, oh yeah, I should work on this, and they seem to have it together in this area, and found like they needed me too. I felt like Spirit just had us together for whatever reason, and so that has been a huge part of my self-awareness journey. Having friends that will tell you like it is and be honest with you and tell you the good and bad, like very, very good with just seeing what you don't see in yourself. And also with that, you have to be open to criticism. If you're never open to criticism, if you get so defensive, even if it comes the wrong way, if you get so defensive, that's something you need to work on. You're never going to grow. You're going to be in the same space. And so I was going to say, like, it depends on where the criticism comes from, but no, not really. People can say it in a better tone. The delivery can be good, but even if the delivery is bad, I still assess it in my head. And so you have to be open to criticism. Criticism helps you grow. again, with the overly sensitivity, I couldn't really take criticism because I always take it so personal and it would just be so deep. And even though I didn't show it, but it was there. So I had to develop thick skin. And honestly, I feel like one of the reasons why it took me so long to start this channel was because of that. It's like I knew that I was supposed to be doing this, but I knew what also would come with it. The internet can be cruel sometimes, right? But I had to go through what I needed to go through to start this and to be okay with whatever may come. So I'm ready. You know, I feel like I'm more than ready. But yeah, you have to go through that journey because also you never know what could happen. Like you going on this journey and bettering yourself, becoming whole can impact someone else's life. Like you have no idea. And then too, you will see the fruit from you going on this self-awareness journey. It is such amazing. My mind has like I feel like that all of the time, and I feel better. I feel more myself, and I've never felt this way. I'm so comfortable in my skin, and you know, I have my bad days, don't get me wrong, but for the most part, I'm okay with where I am, who I am, where I'm going. You know, could things be better? Yeah, of course, but it's like I'm always going to try to remain content as possible. Good things always come. And that's another thing, manifesting. Like, that's a whole nother topic, but affirmations, that's another one. Being positive, law of attraction, all of those things. That's some stuff we're gonna get into later. But once you experience the benefits of being on the journey to self-awareness, you will not want to go back. So I encourage y'all to start that journey. Start it. It will be beneficial to your life and others. You will be whole. You won't have to continue going through the same things over and over within yourself. You could feel better about yourself. It's so crazy that, you know, I've always struggled with my weight pretty much my whole life, you know, and I still do, honestly. You know, I want to lose weight, I always do, but it's my biggest, like, I feel like I'm at my biggest probably ever in my life. I don't know. There were times when I was smaller, but I feel so much better now than I was smaller. And I always think that, I'm like, what changed? Me. How I view myself changed. Like, it changed completely. I'm bigger and I feel better. It sounds so weird. I, of course, want to still get healthy. I still want to lose the weight, but it's going to be an obstacle, I feel like, for the rest of my life. I really have to be very intentional and all the stars have to align, I feel like, for this to just work. But you know, I'm okay with how I look. I'm okay with my body. I love myself because I just invested in that time, invested in myself, invested in learning more about me, getting to know Tanisha Shantae. It has been the best thing ever. Like, I'm so in awe. I feel like I'm my own child. I'm like, oh my gosh, you are just amazing. And so it also helps to have friends confirm things and, again, see things that you don't see. And it's just like further helped me realize, like, wow, I'm a pretty cool person. Like, I love who I am and I don't want to change that. So my self-awareness journey has been bomb. Like, I love it, and I'm still on it, you know, because you never stop learning, you never stop growing. So I'm so excited to see myself in the next 5 years, and I just pray that, like, things continue to go up from here. But yes, start your self-awareness journey today. And I love helping other people with their self-awareness journey, with bettering themselves, with being the best them that they can be. And so be the best you can be. There's only one you. Everyone else is taken, right? Also with astrology, I dove deep deeper into astrology. I had researched and got my natal chart. Like, that has been such a mind-blowing experience right there. It's like, take the basic astrology, but go even deeper. Like, I can't base everything off of me being a Pisces. I have to think about my Gemini rising. I have to think about my Capricorn moon. I have to think about what zodiac sign that I have in each house, or what planet is in each house, you know? Like, it gives such a bigger picture of my life and who I am, and kind of points me to the directions that I'm supposed to be. So that is also something, like, I'm still on that journey too. I'm still in that aspect of my self-awareness journey. And it has been the greatest, researching about, you know, what this means, or each house and how it affects me. That has been such an eye-opener, and still reigning very true for me. And so having friends too to talk about this stuff, and it's just been so good, so good, so good. And so I encourage y'all to start your self-awareness journey. I encourage y'all to go ahead and get your natal chart done. Like, you can just search on Google. You have to know what time you were born, where you were born, and your date of birth. And you put that information in, and then we'll just give you lots of information. I encourage you to research and see what all of it means, and be blown away. Some people don't believe in astrology. It's not really a belief anyways, but some people don't believe in it or don't really depend on it. But it is a helpful tool. I always say it is a tool. That's it. And it's very helpful, and it has been probably the most major part of my self-awareness journey. And yeah, it's been amazing. And so, but yeah, comment down below if you have any questions on where to start, or just any questions about self-awareness in general. If you need direction towards getting your natal chart, anything, you know, I'm here. I love helping people. Please comment down below, give this video a like, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.